things that's been a constant for me is coming here every Saturday and getting this thing going, and I've been trying to push it forward like a shark every week. And I do want to thank everybody for believing in me, because this makes me believe in me. Now, I've made some adjustments to the story. Instead of having 3 teams, the undergrounds, the pros, and the legits, we're going to combine the pros with the undergrounds. So that way it's just 2 teams, and it's going to be a tournament-style tournament, and then after all the singles are done, a giant tag match to resolve a lot of the issues that will come up between your characters, so that it can all wind up in something great and wholesome and uplifting. And we'll try not to make it too corny, or we'll just totally clown and accept that this is a corny movie. So what I want to do now is I want to get to know you guys a little bit better. So I want you guys to talk at me now. I want to know why you got involved in this production. I want to... That's a good one, but you could have said no. Why you wrestle, how you wrestle, and why, what you think of yourself as a wrestler, grappler, or martial artist. And what kind of role you see yourself in this world, this movie that we've set up so far. What kind of a character are you?
I'm a wrestler, pro wrestler. A grappler, not that much of a grappler. I see myself as a bad girl in wrestling. I don't think I could be a face, a good girl.
How does being a bad girl inform the way you move?
I feel like cheat a lot. As long as people are looking the other way, or double and right with the eyes, and get over.
Got involved because you go for the opportunity to get free lessons. So as a martial artist, I'm always looking to build on my skill level in every area.
As a martial artist, I never know I like to be effective, quick, and strikes that I take. I've not really done any kind of wrestling style grappling. I do hand grappling, but still the wrestling is kind of new to me. The idea of not having a dad and whatnot is interesting. I think it's exploring. And just I guess in general, I hate rules. I don't like any kind of authority or anybody's attempt to dominate me. So I won't respond with appropriate viciousness.
You know what? You gave me something earlier today that I hadn't seen here that I can use. I misunderstood the meaning behind something you said, and you came back at me. And I liked that. He asked me a question, and I thought that his question had a motivating factor behind it. And I responded somewhat defensively. And then he came back. He pointed out that I had misunderstood him. And actually I saw that on a bad day. That could have been really upset, and that could have led to a fight. We can use that. If such a scene comes in, I can use you as the character that goes there.
I like that. I'm a wrestler, EWA, NW, and 2KW. You too. Kamikaze, that's who I am. I'm doing this because Tom Nero, our manager, told me to come out, check it out, see what it's about. So far, I'm with it. Ain't nothing else to do, I'm with it. Well, my character in wrestling, I'm a very quiet person because I wear a mask. I don't really talk much. But I can pretty much do it all if I need to. As you can see last week, I can just be arrogant and rude, or just, laid back and sarcastic,
Well, I used to wrestle when I was a little kid. I was into it, and sort of I took a hiatus for about 40 years. And then I discovered, the parties and stuff like that. And I started, even developing my own little character. Vince, big Vince, not just guy who likes to fight with women. And then, when you invited me to this movie, that was just an extension of that. And also, it's sort of the character I play is in this movie is sort of close to who I am in real life, a guy who can't make commitments and all that stuff. So, I've had that speech I've told women, I can't make equipment. I believe in long relationships that have a gradual man, I've never been held to like.
So you've really had to say these things.
Yeah. So it's sort of like, you know, parallel to my own real life and stuff like that. Well, all guys, when they're in their 20s, they have a little problem.
All right, who's next?
So I'm like classmate with them in Wing Chun class, and same reasons I like to train, learn new things. I guess like the monkey thing I could definitely work with. I do think that's a good thing. In terms of like cartoon characters that I relate to, I guess I relate to Stitch of Lilo and Stitch and Aang the Last Airbender, if anyone has seen that. And I'm also an acupuncturist by trade, so you can also use that either for yoga and
Really? I think we can, actually.
So anyone gets fucked up here? Got my
I've had an interest in martial arts and fighting. It started since, you know, I've been a shy person for most of my life, and then I've become a very, very independent person. I'm going to kind of get away from my comfort zone. I feel like I have good instincts, but I want to be able to kind of put a formal framework behind it.
I don't want to offend here, but I would call the last 10 years a career of beating up jiu-jitsu guys. You know, I came into grappling as a wrestler, pure wrestler, and I learned submissions. I think only 2 months. Yeah, 2 months before I fought in a competition. You know, so it's like a whole new world I fought in, and you know, I did well in it to the point where I got to the finals. And from the time that I lost in the finals, that's where I learned not only the fact I lost, but the way I lost. You know, getting attacked by a rear naked choke, and not only that, having to deal with him getting his hooks in, and I'm like, fuck, I just need to get out of that. And at the same time, he's trying to choke me, and had to fight through both of those things. You know, but he eventually choked me after like a 3-minute struggle. Like 3 minutes, it took him.
3 minutes with the hooks.
Yeah, 3 minutes with the hooks in. I'm trying to get out, but can't. Trying to get out, but can't. Trying to get out, but can't. He ended up finally getting to me, and I was more devastated over the loss than the fact that he choked me. And so from that point on, I got really hooked into that sport.